Good morning, everyone. So I'm trying it actually in my backyard and thoroughly enjoying the feel of the sun on my face. And hopefully it's not too glary because the computer screen is hard to see out here. But I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are at. And if you want to go run outside, I invite you to just pause this right now and take whatever device you're listening to this on outside to enjoy whatever weather you're having where you're at. And just take a few moments. We're going to take some deep breaths together and just center ourselves and get into our bodies. So I invite you to close or lower your eyes, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to start with empty. So just breathe out any air. Take a big breath in and let it out. And let's do that again. Big breath in and let it out. And one more time. And just allow your breathing to return to its own natural rhythm, whatever that is for you this morning. And just let it be what it is. I invite you to just join me in this moment, letting go of whatever has happened before in the day and letting go of whatever is to come, knowing that it can be picked up and then after the next 10 minutes. And just give yourself this time. And just take a moment to listen to the sounds that may be around you. To check in with your body. I'm feeling the warmth of the sun on my skin and a slight breeze as it brushes against my arm. Just notice what you notice wherever you're at. What sounds are there? What are you feeling? Can you feel the chair or the floor underneath you? Maybe it's a breeze, maybe it's the feel of your clothing. Just become really aware of your senses and being in your body right here, right now. And take an inventory. Start with your feet and just notice, is there any place where you're holding tension? And if so, I invite you to just breathe into that place and just relax it. There's no place for you to be right now, but right here. There's nothing for you to do right now, but just relax and be. And see how that feels for you. So today we're going to look at a place at the table. What does that mean? David talked on Sunday about a place at the table, that setting of the table, making room at the table, knowing that there's room for everyone. And he even talked about making room for all parts of yourself and taking a look at those parts of ourselves that maybe it's harder to make room for, and those parts of us that have what I call stinking thinking, the things we tell ourselves that really aren't true, but they're the voices in our heads. And we all have them. If you're human, you have them. And it's all right. It's okay to make room for them. It's okay to love them, be friends with those parts of yourselves, with all parts of yourself. And I'm going to read some messages that are common for many of us. Some will resonate with you and some will not. And as I read them, I will read the message that we might often tell ourselves, but then I'll also read what we can instead tell ourselves. So often we may tell ourselves, I'm alone, I'm on my own. And the message we can tell ourselves was, I was not born to be alone. I came here to love and be loved, and I have the power to create deep and meaningful connections with other people. So just take a moment to breathe into that. You have the capacity for deep, heart-centered relatedness with other people. And you can be highly independent and competent and resourceful and loyal and still be committed to others and be connected to yourself and to all of life, as well as be connected to others. Another message might be, I'm bad, I'm evil, I'm going to get in trouble, I'm selfish, it's my fault, I'm a disappointment. Well, the way to combat that would be, I deeply care about other people. I'm here to contribute to the evolution and advancement of humankind, and I create openings for the flow of life to emerge in new and powerful ways. So how does that show up? You're highly creative and resourceful in your ability to think outside of accepted social norms. You can see and accept your imperfections and shortcomings with clarity and deep humility, and hold yourself accountable to go beyond them. And know that you care deeply about others, and that you create openings for the flow of life to emerge. One of my messages tends to be, I don't belong, or I'm lost. And yet I can know that I'm a part of all that is, deeply related to all beings and profoundly necessary to the well-being of the whole. Everyone, everywhere belongs to me and I to them. We are all interconnected. We are all children of God. We are all part of the light. And so in that process of being a child of God and shining our own light, we do belong. We do contribute. So take that in for a moment. Notice if there's any places in you becoming tense or tight. I invite you to just relax those places. Keep breathing. What about the message, I'm a burden? I don't need anyone, I'm responsible. Well, I'm here to tell you that your feelings and needs and desires are valid and essential to your own well-being as well as the well-being of others. You're valid. What about the message, I'm different, I'm weird? I spent the weekend with teens, and that message often comes up in their self-talk. Although you are gifted in unique and exceptional ways, and the world really needs what you have to offer, it's important that you show up as you. You can say to yourself that I am gifted. I am gifted in unique and exceptional ways. How about this message that I'm not enough? Does that show up in your life anywhere? Have you made place at the table for that? For the part of yourself that feels not enough? And yet, your very existence in and of itself provides extraordinary value and is a profound blessing to all. So feel that and say it to yourself. My very existence in and of itself provides extraordinary value and is a profound blessing to all. There's nothing you have to do but just be. What about the message, I'm a failure? I'm a mess, I'm a screw up. Do those messages ever come through your mind? How about replacing those with, I am a powerful force of nature, here to have a great impact upon the world for the benefit and blessing of all beings? Because you are a powerful force of nature. You have a tenacity to keep trying no matter what. You're highly creative, you're a visionary. Remember that. Remember that. What about the message, I'm not important, I'm not heard? It may show up as not feeling like you can speak up for yourself. Does that message come up for you? I invite you to breathe deeply and remember that your participation and presence matters and are important to the well-being and thriving of the entire community. Your participation and presence matters and are important to the well-being of the entire community. I saved a couple of my ones I work with a lot. Is I'm unworthy. I don't deserve. It's hard for me to have made friends with that part of myself that talks to myself that way. And to remember that I'm a humanitarian lover of the entire world. All of creation belongs to me, and I lovingly tend to the well-being of all the beloved creatures of the earth, including myself. To remember that I am worthy, that God loves me, that I am a divine child of God, and I have a right to be here, and I have a right to be loved. And that part of my gifts is being sensitive to the suffering of others and showing up for others, and yet learning to honor my needs and desires and prioritizing them is also important. How many of you have made friends with that part of yourself and remember that it's making a place at the table for that part of yourself? Keep breathing. That's what I'd like to share with you is that message, that part of ourselves that may say, I'm worthless, I'm not valuable, I'm disposable, I'm not special. Do those messages ever come up for you? I know they do for me. And what I want you to remember and say to yourself is, I am a valued member of the tribe, of the community, of Bethel, of my family. I contribute extraordinarily valuable gifts and talents for the well-being of all. I own the full value of my unique gifts and talents, treasuring and esteeming them, and I deeply value the gifts and talents of others. You have value. Your gifts are special and are needed, and they're needed in the world. We need you to come and share the gifts that God gave you with the world. It's very, very important. You excel at creating and contributing things of great and profound value for the well-being and advancement of all. Others feel profoundly loved and valued by you. And my wish for you is to feel completely loved and valued, that you're able to give that to yourself and know that God sees you as worthy. And so as we sit at the table with all parts of ourselves, making room, making friends, with all the pieces of ourselves that we continue to learn and to grow together, to heal those parts of ourselves that give ourselves these really unhealthy messages, and replace those and remember that as children of God, we are worthy and lovable and are enough and are never alone. Have an absolutely blessed day. Take as much time as you need in this moment to just continue breathing and loving all parts of yourself and honoring all parts of yourself. And may you go out today in the world knowing that God loves you and surrounds you, part of nature, and is in the warmth of the sun and the sound of the birds and the beauty of the trees. And may your day be truly blessed. Thank you for joining me today.